welcome back to Wholesome Mothering. I'm so excited that you're here to join me on another video because Wholesome Mothering is a platform where every mom, young mother, or even a young girl can know that she has a community that's willing to support her on her journey through womanhood, through adulting, as we say it now, as well as motherhood. Because these are stages that is so critical in our lives, and sometimes bad experiences can make us feel fearful of even asking for help. So that's why I created this community. Yes, so while we're on that topic about support, before we begin our discussion today, I'd like to first thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you won't miss any episodes of Wholesome Mothering, as well as comment down below, because as I said before, this is a community where you can be yourself, be able to ask the questions that you need to ask, as well as be free to, stand in your truth. Are you tired sometimes if you're a mother or a young woman or a student? Do you need more support? Do you need a support system? These are questions that sometimes we are afraid to ask, and that's why I created this community. So let's get started. Okay, so today's discussion is about, should you listen to your body or to your doctor? And this is something that is a topic that's been going around for some months now, because we know of the athlete Serena Williams and how she disclosed, when she gave birth to her daughter Olympia. She realized that her body, she wasn't feeling well, and that she knows of her history with blood clots, but the medical personnel wasn't really adhering to what she was trying to say until they ran tests, and then a series of tests, and then they realized that what she was saying was in fact what was the cause of her pain. So, and this happens to many women, everyday women in hospitals, especially if they don't have an advocate with them, or if the medical personnel just don't want to listen. Because sometimes if you're a nurse or a doctor, there's a saying that nurses and doctors are the worst patients, of course, because they know about medicine, they know, what we may not know, so they know. So I think that's something that we can look at it both ways, and I'd like to take you on this journey as we discuss this. So first off, should you listen to your body? Yeah. You should listen to your body, because let's say if you're in labor and that you feel as though a certain contraction doesn't feel as it feels more painful, whereas the contractions before wasn't as painful. Sometimes that could be a sign that you're in transition and that you're in the process of actually delivering. Or if you're high risk and if you have health complications before becoming pregnant or while during your pregnancy, it's important that you stress the importance that your doctor or your nurse gets into the room and tends to you, and either if you have to do an emergency cesarean or if they have to do an ultrasound, definitely stress the importance that you get seen right away. And sometimes we may feel as though, I'll just let the pain pass, I'll just tough it out. But then the minutes that you're waiting to toughen it out, those are the critical moments that your baby's life is at stake. And in turn, your life is also at stake too. Because whatever happens during the delivery process can, in terms of your baby's health, can also impact you, the mother, your mental, your physical, everything. And I honestly think that as a woman, as a woman myself, it's important to listen to your body. Whether if it's your cycle, whether if you feel sick, whether if you feel as though something in your body's not right. Because breast cancer is a form of a disease that mainly plagues women, and sometimes us women, we may feel like we're super women and that we can do everything after Thanksgiving, and then we neglect ourselves. So I honestly think that taking care of yourself and knowing your body is the secret to living a long, healthy life, because no doctor is going to know your body better than you know your body. And a good doctor will rely on what you tell them in regards to how you feel in a moment, and they would listen to you. versus from a doctor's or a medical personnel's perspective, sometimes how we may be feeling in our bodies may not match the prognosis or the symptoms that medical personnel are trained to know the signs of. And also, it's important to also be understanding of the medical personnel, because sometimes we may think, oh, I'm getting a contraction, well, really it's a Braxton Hicks. Sometimes these different instances can really, shift the thinking of a medical personnel. And I honestly think that as a doctor or a nurse or OBGYN, it's also important to have a non-objective approach to, teaching a patient or talking to a patient. Don't speak to the patient as if they're a medical student. Talk to them in layman's terms and understand them, come down to their level. And I think that's where we as people, and in 2018, that we fail to realize is that we are all the same. We all have the same, wishes and wants and needs and desires to want to be best or be better people in general. And I think the reason why we're not better as a people is because we think that if we have more education, we're above than a certain amount of people. And then if we feel that as though we have more experience, we're above a certain amount of people that know more. And I think that's important that we as people can marry the two, because you can listen to your doctor as well as listen to your body. But the most important thing is, how can you marry the two? How can you properly explain to your doctor while you're feeling, as well as a doctor, how can you properly understand your patient in understanding that your patient knows their body, and that's where spiritual and emotional intelligence comes into play. Because having a baby and even going to the doctor in general is a life-changing event, because you can go in thinking that you're going to do a stress test. The next thing you know, they say that you have to have a C-section, and you can go into the doctor thinking that you just have a common cold when you really have a terminal illness. And whereas if you're a doctor, you can think that you're going to work just to monitor a person's pregnancy or even health in general, and then you could be faced with another life-threatening situation that the patient's life is weighing in the balance. You can look at it two different ways here. Most importantly, what I would like to stress is the importance of understanding and respecting the fact that, hey, we all may not have the same perspectives when it comes to medicine or nursing or, communication in general. But the most important thing is to understand is that understanding and transparency heals all wounds and helps any communicative situation, elevate, and it helps everything to go by smoothly. Yes, so that is my discussion for the day. And right now, that's a question that I want to leave with you. Should you listen to your body or should you listen to your doctor? And how do you think we as women and people in general can marry the two, where we can both listen to our doctors as well as listen to our bodies? Please let me know what you think. And also, please stay tuned to my Instagram lives and Facebook lives, in which I will be talking about topics like this, as well as answering questions that you may have, and just to share my positive vibes everywhere, so that you know that you're not alone no matter what. And please follow Wholesome Mothering on Instagram, and all of the links to our Instagram pages and Facebook pages are down below, the link down below, and I will insert our links within this video so that you can get well versed with our lingo. Yes, so as I always like to say, stay blessed, stay safe, and you can do anything. And just know that transparency heals all wounds. And please remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment down below, because this is a discussion that we need to share, get people to listen, get people to talk, and just let's become one already together as we journey on this unexpected path of mothering. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.
Thank you.
you so much for watching today's video. And don't forget to join our Wholesome Mothering Mighty Networks community. For our Wholesome Mothering community is a portal to ancient homeopathic teachings and support for women. And in that community, you will gain access to exclusive teaching videos, as well as different resources, and you will also be linked with homeopathic practitioners and a community of women to support you on your journey, whether if it's for infertility issues, parenting advice, pregnancy, blues, or just to speak with someone who's a fellow mom just like you. This community will support you on your journey. So don't forget to join our community, and I'll be placing that link in the description box below.